AITA for canceling my wedding because my fiance almost got my dog killed. I'm a 28-year-old male and my fiance is a 27-year-old female. We've been together for 4 years, engaged for 6 months. I also have a 7-year-old lab mix, who's the greatest dog in existence. On Saturday, fiance had a bachelorette party at home. I stayed with my parents, but I left the dog with her because she likes having him there. I made sure to tell her to put the dog in her bedroom once the party got started. 5 a.m. on Sunday, I get a frantic call that something's wrong with the dog. She was drunk, so I told her to get a taxi and go to the emergency vet clinic. When I got there, she looked like she hadn't stopped crying for hours, and she couldn't even speak. 2 of her friends told me my dog is alive, but not well. Then the doctor said my dog ingested large amounts of alcohol and chocolate edibles. The girls left everything out on short coffee tables, and the dog was not left in the room as I asked. They were wasted, so they did not notice him eating the booze and edibles. When we got home, I told my fiance to get out of my house and my life. I told her to tell the guests the wedding is off, and I'll tell mine. She was shocked, but she took her things and left. 2 hours later, I get bombarded by messages on Messenger, WhatsApp, by her sisters, her brother, brother's wife, her mom, her friends, telling me that I am insane to do this to her after 4 years. They started off defending her, but it quickly turned into insulting me. The logical thing for me to do was look for comfort in my friends and family. Nope, they all agree. My mom said, well, it was a mistake. She didn't do it on purpose. Besides, the dog didn't die. Lucky me, eh? My dog didn't die. My sister was appalled that I canceled the wedding over that, and even my best man said I might have overreacted. I'm so disgusted at my fiance. I can't even imagine looking her in the eye, let alone spending my whole life with her. She isn't 17. She is 27. This is not the first dumb thing she's done. She likes to text while driving. She always leaves stuff on the electric stove, like kitchen towels, a cutting board, etc. She has even turned on the wrong burner and burnt whatever was on it several times in the past, and similar dangerous things. It's not something I hold against her in the sense that I would ever mention it in a fight, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried that she might end up killing herself or someone else. For example, my dog. I'm 99% sure I stand by my decision, but am I really an a-hole? Literally nobody is on my side, and I have no idea what to think.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
First of all, the dog didn't die. It almost died. Second of all, you were planning on spending your life with her knowing that she's absent-minded at times, like the stove, for example. You're the asshole because you're either overreacting or not being 100% honest.
I think the pattern of behavior she's shown is reckless and it's careless, right? These are bad things. If you leave the stove on, the house catches on fire, something really bad could happen. That's what her pattern of behavior was. But the fact that the dog didn't die isn't a valid defense. Something very bad happened. The dog almost died. And it was very sick, by the way. Like, this isn't good for a dog. It's not like the dog was like, oh, I was just crossfaded, homie. And he mocks it like, lucky me, my dog didn't die. Is like, that's just not a defense. Like, that was the worst case scenario. So just because the worst possible thing didn't happen doesn't mean that this was remotely acceptable.
The fact of the matter is the dog is still alive, and to throw away a 4-year relationship and a potential marriage life partner over a dog almost dying, it seems to me that he just doesn't want to be with her.
But why do you keep stressing that the dog almost died? So you're saying if the dog had died, all of a sudden he's fine?
I think if the dog died, then it's a much worse scenario. It's like something bad happened, but it wasn't so bad like the dog died. The dog did not die. The dog's alive.
Look, if this happened to a kid, this would be a felony. It would be felt like negligence. Like if your kid, little toddler, started eating brownies and got crossfaded, you could definitely go to prison for that, and CPS would be in your face. What she did is at a level of seriousness that it absolutely warrants taking a second look at this relationship.
4 years down the drain because of one screw up.
It's tough because I don't like the rigidity behind a 1 strike rule. It just sounds insane because it's not 1 strikes, it's 3. So this is going 2 less. I mean, that's not how the law works. Like if you do this with the law once, like
I killed one person, Your Honor.
Yeah, it was one dude. He wasn't an asshole. I killed one asshole.
It was
bro.
once.
David wrote, dogs greater than people, not the asshole. Beth commented, this particular situation alone might make you look like the asshole. However, it sounds like you've been wanting out of this for quite some time. And this was the nail in the coffin. In that case, you might still be the asshole because you should have had better communication, but we all know that it's tough. So I say you're overall not the asshole. I feel like a lot of people are viewing this as an overreaction. So I'm trying to see that side as much as possible.
He spent 4 years with this woman. He loved her so much that he proposed to her. You would think that their relationship would be a stronger bond.
What if they were married and this happened, would it be grounds for divorce?
I mean, I would say definitely not. You're legally bound to this person already. I think you just got to stick it out and make it work. Like
Julia says, if you can cancel your wedding that easily, you never loved her. Lisa wrote, tough situation. I see neither of you are ready for all that marriage requires, the biggest being able to communicate and forgive. I can't shake the seriousness of this. I think it's easy to discard. A dog is a living being. And I think that if this happened in a marriage, if you were to be like, that's it, we're not getting, we're getting divorced, I would be like, that seems a little sudden. However, it would certainly be grounds in a marriage to be like, I don't know that you're remotely prepared to have children. And that would absolutely be grounds for ending a marriage. A lot of people get married to have kids, and now you're showing like you can't even care for a doggo?
That's a really good point, and that actually did help shift my opinion a little because this behavior does not bode well for her with children.
Actually, I have another defense of her. This was an outlier situation. This wasn't a
Exactly.
casual party. This was her bachelorette party. By the way, who throws a bachelorette party at home? That's kind of weird.
I was actually thinking that was kind of sweet. Like maybe she doesn't want to like go out and waste a bunch of money and or get hit on. Like she just wants to like just her and her close circle of friends like turn up at the house. I thought that was kind of nice.
Yeah, that's kind of a chill girl move. She's like, I don't need anything fancy, just my friends and my house, and life is about that. Yeah, that makes me like her a lot more. Tim says, you're the asshole and probably shouldn't get married. If the dog means more than your fiance, then you should have married the dog. Wow, everyone got funny on this. Everyone's like, almost dead dog, time to make a joke.
I mean, that is a pretty good joke, Tim. Thank you for commenting that.
I think what scares me about OP is that he says, I'm 99% sure I'm ready to end it. And that seems too hard, too fast. I can't sit here and say I'm for a one-strike attitude.
Even his best man was like, dude, you're overreacting. Like his sister, literally everyone in his life is telling him give her another chance.
I guess what I feel is that the fair way for OP to have addressed this is to have a long sit-down conversation, and if she says all the right things, she should still be given a chance. I think this is fair. He should put off the wedding. I think it's definitely fair for him to seriously reconsider. I think instantly cutting off, that's a one-strike rule. That's too harsh. But it is fair for him to doubt the future potential of their marriage and the ability of this person to care for kids. And that warrants a delay.
So would you say that everyone sucks here?
I'm going to say he would be the a-hole if he canceled the wedding. I think that's a one-strike rule. But he wouldn't be an a-hole if he just delayed the wedding by a lot. I think this deserves serious reconsideration.
If he does take the time to work on the relationship and communicate with her, then I think that's the good move.